Well, hello, everyone. Welcome on into the locker room. It's just me tonight. Drew Fry has the night off. Well, we have closed the books on week 7 of the high school football season. Can you believe it? And like I say every week, but this edition of Friday Night Under the Lights was a good one. And first order of business, yeah, you guessed it. We have our game of the week. And this week, we travel out to Kendallville. Conference title implications on the line as the East Noble Knights welcome on in the undefeated Columbia City Eagles. And it's a good one. It's action-packed. Both teams headed into tonight perfect in conference play, 4-0. One team is going to have a blemish on that by the end of the night. So let's catch all the fun together. It's the Eagles on offense here. Grayson Bradbury stepping back, looking for a receiver downfield, and it's in the hands of the senior, Kobe Ritchie, and it's the Knights' ball and turn to capitalize. All right, Riley Biddle scanning his options, throws downfield, and it's Jordan Borders with the catch, and it's a 20-yard TD, and East Noble scores early to take the 7-0 lead. All right, and it's Knights again, and look familiar? Yeah, it's Biddle to Borders a second time, and he cashes it in for 6, and East Noble now up 14-0 with 2 minutes left in the first. Borders fired up, rightfully so. Okay, it's the handoff here to Dallas Plattner, and Plattner, look at him go. He's off to the races, everyone. He's going to go for a 70-yard run until he is eventually brought down. And the Knights in great scoring position. And it's going to be the toss to none other, the senior, the determined senior, Dylan Crail. And he muscles his way into the end zone, 21-0 at this point. And in the end, East Noble moves to 5-0 in conference play and 6-1 overall, defeating the Eagles 35-14 year final. And staying in the NEA, it's a matchup over at the Courtyard as Norwell hosts DeKalb. Starting this one off in the second, Barons have an early 12-point lead as Lance Merriweather muffs the kickoff, and the Barons, they recover it. And then that would set up none other than Brady Kohler to get the handoff and run it in for the score. Barons up 26-7. And now, fast forward a bit, back on the kickoff. This time it's DeKalb on the return, and it's Connor Schmidt. Just look at this. It's a beauty. He's not coming back with this one. He takes it all the way to the house for the DeKalb touchdown. They extend their lead to 26. The Knights try and put up a fight, but it wouldn't matter as the Barons take this one. And all right, let's take a peek together, rounding things out for the NE8 for week 7. It's Belmont up against New Haven. It's a battle of the winless tonight. And in the end, the Bulldogs get their first win of the season with authority, 50-9 your final there. And moving right along to the SAC now, Snyder paying a visit to Spooler Stadium, as they are going up against the Bruins of Northrop. Panthers with the commanding lead before half. Bruins on offense. And yeah, the Snyder Panthers bringing them down. Bruins trying to add to their score here. Callison rolls out to his right, throws, and it's in the hand of Landon Fry, and it's Snyder ball 3 seconds before the half. Now, get a load of this. It's Snyder's QB, Aaron Vance, almost gets swallowed up by the Bruins defense, somehow emerges out of the mess, rolls right, slings it downfield, and it's Trevor Jarvis with the catch. Now, you decide, was that a touchdown? He gives it all to reach the end zone. Snyder says it's a touchdown. They go crazy. The team clears the sidelines here in awe. Ultimately, it didn't count. In the end, it's all Snyder in this one, 49-14. And up to Shields Field now. It's the battle of the Bishops between Dwenger and Lures. This one, defensive slugfest. That's Lucas Wynn with a 42-yard field goal, giving Dwenger a 6-0 lead in the third. To the fourth now, here's a big fumble recovery from the Knights defense. They take over with good field position, but still cannot score. Next possession here for Dwenger. D. Hogue thinks he's forced another turnover, but Will Versleppi's second unsportsmanlike foul here sees him ejected. He's gone. It gives Dwenger a first down. The Knights defense gives up 30 penalty yards on this drive, but then they make up for it big time. Look at that, an interception on the one for number 1, Mikhail Woodson. But backed up on their own goal line, Dwenger makes the Lures offense pay with 2 points. Casey Piper is credited with the safety, and that would be all she wrote. In the end, Bishop Dwenger stuns Lures 8-0 to drop the Knights to 5-2. All we're trucking along here in the SAC. Concordia Lutheran up against the Wayne Generals. Check out this play from Wayne's Harold Mack. This looks like something out of a video game. Scrambling forever here. Yeah, he's looking for somebody before he finds the hole and scores. Wayne up big, and they're about to go up even more here. Fast forward here a bit, and the snap over the head of QB Braden Corbett is covered up by Wayne's Kamar Nelson. Wayne is rolling late here in the first half, and Generals running back here, Josiah Stallings, takes it in to increase the lead. Wayne leads at 36-6 at this point. An interesting decision here by Wayne after this score to try an onside kick. Cadets cover it up. They would capitalize there before halftime, but in the end, this decision would not hurt Wayne very much. Wayne wins this one 44-20 as they get back to 500 on the season. Tonight, Southside versus Northside in the totem pole game. Okay, we pick things up in the second, 4th and goal for Northside. The pass is knocked away. Okay, Richard Allen, all right, and the Archers take over. Now, there must have been some grease on the ball tonight because it was slipping out of hands all night. The Archers turned it over there after a fumble on 4th down. Then Northside fumbles a snap of their own here. However, QB Tristan Newsome able to scoop it up, and he actually gains a yard. Northside is driving right before the half, but the drive, it would come up empty. Southside's JT Timberlake Johnson, how about that name, picks Newsome off at the goal line. The score was 0-0 at half, and in the end, Northside wins 6-0. It's tied for the lowest scoring totem pole game in the rivalry's history. All right, a big SAC rivalry matchup, Carroll versus Homestead. All right, and we have Carroll first, and they're going to strike first. All right, driving it down the field for a field goal by Corbin Dempsey, 3-0. It's all Carroll on the attack here again. This time, a touchdown by none other than Jimmy Sullivan to Harrison Shield for a 17-yard reception. And then we fast forward here in the second half. Homestead gonna fight back, of course, and it's a fumble recovery by Evan Brubaker on Carroll's own 40-yard line. Homestead's Michael White here now. He's gonna muster up some magic here. He's going to drive it down here for a touchdown, passing it to Carter Kennedy, making it 10-7. The Chargers dominate the rest of the game. The final 31-10. And gotta show love for the ACAC Heritage up against Bluffton. We get this one started here in the first. No score until Eli Tegulis scrambles out looking for a man, and he would find Zeke Litchfield for the snag and score. Patriots take the early lead here, but here comes the Tigers. Elijah Bursting gets the kickoff, and look at him go, everyone. He takes it back for a great return, and off he goes. He's going to get tripped off just before he could score, however, but it wouldn't be long after that when Axton Best takes it in himself to get the Tigers on the board. They go on to miss the extra point, and it's 7-6. Patriots here back on offense, though, as Tegulis hits Lucas Weber in the end zone to bring that lead to 8. Patriots go on to win big in this one, 52-20 your final. And speaking of the ACAC, elsewhere in the conference tonight for Week 7, Southern Wells paying a visit to the Jets of Adams Central in the NAC. Shuts out Southern Wells 51-0. Next up, the Starfires battling it out against Jay County. South Adams gets the win there, 34-14. Moving right along, let's check in on the NECC. The undefeated Garrett Railroaders up against Fairfield. Fairfield gets railroaded 42-12. Garrett victory there. All right. And West Noble and Lakeland, both 5-1 heading into tonight's matchup. In the end, West Noble drops the Anchors 35-0. And Central Noble still on the hunt for their first win on the season. They played Cherubusco tonight, and the Eagles fly away with this one, 34-0, your final. And finally, Fremont and Eastside, both 2-4, headed into Week 7, and in the end, it was the Blazers who come out victorious, 38-7. And now that we have touched on all of our major conferences, it's now only fair to showcase some of the teams in our western counties. So let's take a peek at those results together. All right, first up, it's the Three Rivers Conference. We have Whitko taking on Manchester. Manchester claims this one 35-14. And finally, wrapping things up, Rochester facing off against Northfield. In the end, Rochester scored early and often, taking down Northfield 42-7. And let's check in on our teams in the Northern Lakes Conference. Mishawaka, I love saying that, up against Warsaw. The Tigers roar out a victory 21-13. And last but not least, Wawasee taking on Northridge. Northridge rides to victory 44-15. All right, drum roll, it's that time now. Time for our play of the night. And for that, we're going to go back out to the courtyard to see Connor Schmidt take it yard off the kickoff once again. Norwell couldn't quite get their feet under them in this one. Schmidt has a big night en route to the Barons, crushing the Knights.